So hello everyone and welcome to Career Launcher. So in today's class, we'll be discussing about, we'll be doing a question answer where we'll ask questions from Indian Constitution and polity and things related with that. And this is the second part. Actually, on the last week, Sunday at 8 p.m., we had started with the first part. So this series will continue every Sunday at 8 p.m. Okay. And in the last class, I had discussed a lot of important conceptual understanding questions also. So from now, let's move on to the second part. Okay, those who have not watched the first part, please go and watch it. And actually, this class is very, very important, I would suggest, because this will help you clear your conceptual understanding. Okay. If my questions is there, I'll be asking questions from you also. Like less of theory, more of questions from like I'll be giving you quiz. I'll ask some more extra questions also, so that there should be a two-way interaction. Okay, I keep on asking questions. Okay. So if you have not watched the part 1, this is the part 2 that we are doing it today. Sunday को 8 p.m. PA session होता है. And if you have not watched the part 1, so first please go to our channel, subscribe to it, go to the live section. Okay, live section में नीचे जाओ, move down, and here is part 1. Okay, quiz on Indian Constitution part 1. Please go and watch it. इसमें मैंने last में I had asked one question. Okay, which I'll be discussing today also. And some people have answered me because I had told them that after the class is over, you have to answer it in the comments. So the question that I asked was, when I was discussing, actually I was discussing question number 16 of this. This was the question I was discussing in the last class where I had discussed that the maximum strength of Rajya Sabha can be 250. However, the current strength is 245 and 233 plus 12. Then in that, I keep on discussing it, where I asked about the last question was Council of Ministers. The Council of Ministers is collectively responsible to whom? That was the question, Anna. Responsible to, and I had told you that it is somewhere in Article 75. So the answer is Article 75, Clause 3 says Council of Ministers is collectively responsible to House of People, right? Which means Lok Sabha. Okay. So if you can read it, and yes, I have got 2 right answers in that comment, in that class. So Sachdeva was right and Priyanshi Goel both had answered me correctly that yes, Article 75 Clause 3 talks about it. Okay. And that government is or Council of Ministers is collectively responsible to Lok Sabha only. Okay. Not Rajya Sabha. Why? The House of People bhi likha hai. Okay, very good. Not House of People because to Lok Sabha, not Rajya Sabha. Why? Because you don't need majority in Rajya Sabha to make your own prime minister. I hope you are aware. Article 75, when you read, and the clause 3 says the Council of Ministers shall be collectively responsible to House of People, means it is only talking about Lok Sabha, not about Rajya Sabha. ऐसा क्यों है? Because मैंने आपको कहा भी था जितनी भी सरकार बनती है या नो कॉन्फिडेंस मोशन से गिरती है सब लोकसभा में होता है. The government is formed in Lok Sabha, the government falls in Lok Sabha. So the falling of the government is actually done by passing no confidence motion. So explicitly no confidence motion is not mentioned in the constitution, but implicitly it is mentioned. ठीक है? अगर कोई पूछेगा कि no confidence motion is mentioned in the constitution, say no, because explicitly नहीं mentioned है. No confidence motion comes from the rules of Lok Sabha. ठीक है? But the idea behind it actually flows from here only. है ना? The government बनती यहाँ है, अगर government को गिराना होता सब यहीं पर होता है. That is the idea behind it. And that is why, let's say, for example, we are having Lok Sabha, when direct elections happen. Like last year, I'm sure you must be aware that direct elections happen in all India level, 543 seats. So how much seat government needs? Please tell me. So there are 543 seats in Lok Sabha. If you want to make your prime minister of your political party, how much seats do you need? Or let's say alone or with the help of alliance, how much minimum seats do you need? Yes. So you have to cross the half mark. The answer is cross the half mark. This is the half mark कितना है? 271.5. Yes, this is the half mark. So crossing the half mark means you need at least 272 seats to make your prime minister. ठीक है? अगर आपको आपका प्राइम मिनिस्टर बनाना है आपकी पार्टी को, तो आपको 272 सीट्स चाहिए, है ना? हाफ मार्क क्रॉस करना. चाहे तो आप अकेले ले आइए, चाहे तो आप अलायंस पार्टनर्स की हेल्प से. So if you see it carefully, the NDA government, NDA is an alliance of BJP plus allies. So currently they are having 293 seats. Alone BJP has 240. Then TDP is there of Chandrababu Naidu from Andhra Pradesh. This is Chandrababu Naidu is from Andhra Pradesh, and JDU is actually from Bihar, Nitish Kumar's party. And there are other parties also. Okay. So currently NDA is having overall more than 272 seats, and that is why they are having their prime minister. Okay. Then opposition में अगर आप देखो और ये बाकी others में इधर है ना, बाकी देख लेना, ठीक है. Then if in Rajya Sabha if you talk 245 seats are there, now you do not need majority. देखो currently the NDA के पास 129 is there, so it means if you half it by 2 it is 122.5, which means 123. So they have the majority, but even if they do not have majority, even if NDA has let's say 100 seats, the government will be formed. There is nothing about it कि government नहीं form हो सकती है. Okay, so even if there is a minority, even if BJP or NDA is in minority, not in majority in Rajya Sabha, it is fine. Means it will not impact the formation of the government. Okay, so सब कुछ formation of the government happens here. Always you need majority only here. Okay, and that is why collectively responsible जब होता है, Council of Ministers are collectively responsible to Lok Sabha because the government forms here and the government falls here. So if they do not have majority, if no confidence motion comes and it is passed, then the government will form. So always remember, ये मेरा question था. So it is collectively responsible only to Lok Sabha, not to both the houses. Is it clear? Is this concept clear? Because ये conceptual understanding की चीज है और आपको पता होना चाहिए. ठीक है? I hope it is clear. Yes or no? If yes, then please write yes. Okay, fine. Let's move on. So we were discussing question number 16. तो वहां से continue करते हैं because last class का कुछ questions बाकी था. So let's discuss that. Which article of the Constitution talks about formation of new states? Article 3542 है ना? New states form करने के लिए कौन से article है? Which article talks about it? So yesterday, last class means last Sunday को 8 PM जो class हुई थी उसमें कुछ questions, some questions are left, so I'm actually continuing from that because we had done 16 questions. If you want to make new states, which article talks about it? Yes, SPDK and Pranshi Govil is saying Article 3. Yes, very good. When I use Article 3, when a parliament uses actually, when the parliament uses Article 3 to form new states, will it be considered as constitutional amendment? Yes or no? अगर पार्लियामेंट ने आर्टिकल 3 यूज करके एक नया स्टेट बना दिया, फॉर एग्जांपल आंध्र प्रदेश से तेलंगाना, okay, somewhere in 2013 we had seen a new state Telangana being formed by parliament passing a law. Will that be called as constitutional amendment? Yes or no? Not on 360, but otherwise yes. Why SPDK? Why are you saying that this is a constitutional amendment? You have to give me some like constitutional amendment means I am changing something. The parliament is changing something in the constitution. Yes, adding something, removing something, है ना, or changing some words in the constitution. ये मतलब constitutional amendment का तो क्या? कोई चीज change करना. तो अगर आप ये कह रहे हो आर्टिकल 4 नहीं, वो मसला नहीं है, 3 के अंदर है, that is fine. हाँ, no provision constitution was amended. Pranshi Govil is saying कि नहीं, it's valid in Article 4. Anyone else? I haven't got the satisfactory answer actually. So basically, देखो Article 3 talks about formation, alteration of new states. For example, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया, जैसे पहले there was a state called as Andhra Pradesh. Now it has been split. So now this is Telangana and this is Andhra Pradesh. After 2012 or 2013 के आसपास हुआ था, it got split. Okay. Now the question is it a constitutional amendment? Yes or no? And if yes, then why? If no, then why? I need satisfactory answer. देखो Article 3, formation of new states. Parliament may by law. So it is the job of the parliament to form a new state. Okay. The formation of a new state, increase the area of any state. He's changing the boundary of any state. Huh? Alter the boundaries, alter the name. Yes, SPDK. Now you are right. Article 3 is actually this formation of new state will lead to constitutional amendment because you are changing something in the constitution. Yes. What you are changing? Let's say I have added a new state. Let's say the parliament added Telangana. Where will you add? it actually impacts some schedule. Which schedule of the Indian Constitution gets impacted when a new state is formed? Please tell me. I have taught schedules of the Indian Constitution. I have already taught in this YouTube channel. Please tell me, if a new state is formed, which schedule of the Indian Constitution gets changed? अगर एक नया स्टेट ऐड किया जाता है तो कहां पर एडिशन सब्ट्रैक्शन होता है? Which schedule? इससे रिलेटेड कुछ क्वेश्चंस आए हुए लास्ट ईयर आए थे, ठीक है? Not exactly like that, but yes, similar to that. Schedule second, no, schedule first. The first schedule of the Indian Constitution mentioned all the states and union territory. So when you add a new state, you are actually inserting something. Okay, so of course this is a constitutional amendment. So Article 3 के अंदर भी constitutional amendment होता है. Always remember, whenever I teach, I say कि Article 368 talks about constitutional amendment. It is true. Sorry. But this is not the only way to amend the constitution. There are other ways also, like Article 3. Okay. So Article 3, when you talk about amendment, it amends Schedule 1, which talks about all the states and union territory. Okay. Okay. So just search this schedules of the Indian Constitution career launcher, you will get this video. Okay, where I have discussed all the 12 schedules. Okay, go and watch that. I've already discussed it. So I was talking about it, that yes, first schedule mentions all the states and union territory. Now, there was a question that was asked last year only, that how many states are there and how many union territories are there in India right now? This you should be knowing. And that is mentioned in first schedule currently. But please tell me how many states and how many union territories are mentioned. Anyone? Yes, SPDK, you are right. Mehak Sharma, right. There are 28 states and 8 union territory. Okay, this was asked last year only. Okay. Yes, Sani Paras, now you're right. 28 states and 8 union territory. Please remember it. This was asked in many exams in the last 2-3 years. मैं PYQs देखता हूँ, कई जगह पूछा था. Because we had seen changes in 2019 also, when the Jammu and Kashmir Article 370 was removed and all, and the Jammu and Kashmir state was made union territory. Later on, Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu union territory were merged. So many things happened actually in the last 5-6 years. इसलिए changes की बात अक्सर पूछा आता है, because people the question maker knows that the student will get confused in the exam. 28 था कि 29 था, एक कम हुआ, ज़्यादा हुआ, याद नहीं आ रहा है. Okay, that is why I say that yes, you have to be fully prepared. There are 28 states and 8 union territories mentioned in the first schedule, right? So now I think this concept is clear. Yes, Pranshi Govel, you are also right now. Let's move on to the next one. Which article of the Indian Constitution states that the directive press for a state policy on promotion of international peace and security? So DPSP is actually the non-binding advices given by the Constituent Assembly to the future governments. So one of the DPSP talks about ensuring international peace and security. Which article? 51, 69, 62, 49. What is the right answer to this question? Anyone? Dekho, if you have read DPSP, it is from article 36 to 51, right? ये दोनों ऐसे ही चला गया, है ना? So the right answer is option A. Yes, SPDK, Mehak Sharma, Sanvi. So yes, not you are right. A is the right answer. ठीक है? 51 talks about it, है ना? आप देख सकते हो. And promotion of international peace and security. Promote international peace and security. Maintain just and honorable relations between nations. Foster respect for international law, treaty obligations in dealing of organized peoples with one another. Encourage settlement of international disputes by arbitration. आपको पता है, इसको फॉलो करके इंडिया ने बहुत सारे आर्बिट्रेशन से रिलेटेड चीज एस्टैब्लिश की है. खैर, वी आर नॉट गोइंग इन दैट डिटेल, बट जस्ट रिमेंबर इट. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल, यस, this I hope you are aware, whenever we sign any agreement at the international level, or whenever we say that yes, we will accept this, we make laws domestically also. जैसे मान लो एक एक चीज है बहुत फेमस, CITES, Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species. When India signed it, India came back and amended Biodiversity Act accordingly. ठीक है. And Biodiversity Act, I think ये वाला भी WP है, Wildlife Protection Act, etc. ठीक है, this one. So basically, whenever we go and sign any international agreement, we accept it and make law in India. ठीक है. That is what you should know. So yes, we follow it, international treaties and obligations, and that is what you should know. The next is ये तो मैंने discuss कर लिया था, but okay, let me ask you again. How many members are there in Rajya Sabha that can be nominated by the president? And I think it's very easy. We have discussed in the last class also. So I believe that you all should be answering it. Please, सारे लोग answer कीजिए, है ना? There are 12 members, and a maximum strength is 238 plus 12. But current strength is 233 plus 12. So D is the right answer. Yes, Anvi Paras Yojas that may have SPDQ right. D is the right answer. Okay, so when you read Article 80, it talks about it. Council of States. Council of States मतलब राज्य सभा को Council of States कहते हैं, ठीक है? The word Rajya Sabha is not mentioned directly. The word Council of States are mentioned. 12 members to be nominated by the president in accordance with the provision of clause 3. The clause 3 में देखो क्या लिखा, literature, science, art and social service से related हो, है ना? But if you read the judgments also of Delhi High Court, which says that not only from here but even from others also you can. By and large ये चारों से होता है, but yes, still other than these four also you can actually nominate the Rajya Sabha MPs. ठीक है? यहाँ maximum 238 है ना? Including states and union territory, but currently we are having 233 here. So these are basic things you should be knowing about. The next is, who was the president of India during the emergency of 1975-77? Now, abhi recently in MH state exam happened, and one question was asked: who declares national emergency in India? What should be the answer? And the question was Prime Minister, like this, President, let's CGI, or let's say Parliament, or something like that. So declare कौन करेगा? Yes, President declares. Always remember. You say like that, okay, Indira Gandhi actually imposed emergency, but Indira Gandhi was the Prime Minister. See, understand it. The decision is taken by the Prime Minister, but finally it is signed by the President. आपने सुना all the names, all the decisions are taken in the name of the President. So the answer is President takes the decision on the advice of Prime Minister or Council of Ministers. Now it is Cabinet Minister. You need permission from Cabinet Minister, because now Article 352 says the President can sign only after all the Cabinet Ministers has approved it. So basically, President approves it. And who was the President at that time? The answer is Fakhruddin Ali Ahmed. देखो अभी तक तो CLAT में articles recent years में नहीं पूछे हैं, but of course the basic popular ones you should know. It's a national emergency is Article 352. And why it is important? Because national emergency was imposed in 1975. Add 50, कितना होगा? 2025. So it was imposed on 25th June 1975, right? So on 25th June 2025, we will be observing 50 years. 50 साल हो जाएगा national emergency को. So there are very highly likelihood that they will ask questions from national emergency. ठीक है? It is imposed in Article 352 by the President of India. Please be careful, not Prime Minister. You can say on the advice. Currently, the Article 352 says on the advice of Cabinet Ministers. Means on the advice of or like approval of all the Cabinet Ministers. Not only the Prime Minister, but all the Cabinet Ministers has to sign. This is the current scenario. Not during the time of Indira Gandhi. Okay. Later on, this provision was added. But you should know that that is the case. So Fakhruddin Ali Ahmed was the President of India at that time when national emergency was imposed by Srimati Indira Gandhi. Okay, so A is the right answer. Okay, he was served as the fifth president and all. And that was at that time the term internal disturbance was used. Later on, this term was removed. And the term added is now under Article 352. There are two provisions. External aggression, जिसको external emergency कहते हैं, and another provision talked about the word internal disturbance. but this word was later on changed. Armed rebellion. Very good. Yes, Pranshi Govil, SPDK. Very good. This term was later on changed to armed rebellion. By which amendment? कौन से amendment से होगा? Apply the common sense. After the Indira Gandhi lost the election, some other party came to power, and it brought a lot of changes with and Subhranshu Patra, very good. I'm very happy to see that you have got benefited from me. All the best, Subhranshu, for the upcoming journey, and my prayers and blessing. Yes, the right answer is 44th amendment. देखो ये मैं बता रहा हूँ. अब देखो 42nd amendment was related with Indira Gandhi, है ना? When Indira Gandhi imposed, like, brought all those things and all. But 44th amendment is when Janata Party government came to power. I have told you, है ना? Janata Party government came to power in 1978. Okay, and basically it tried to reverse many of the things that were done in 42nd amendment. Not all the things, but many things. Okay, and that is why one was armed rebellion. और ये जो cabinet वाला था ना provision, I told you that Article 352 now says that if a president wants to impose national emergency, then the president needs signature of cabinet ministers, all the cabinet ministers. This provision was not mentioned during the time of Indira Gandhi, and this term was also added by 44th amendment. The 44th amendment brought many safeguards regarding national emergency. Okay, brought many safeguards related with national emergency. Okay, that is what you should be knowing about. Pranshi Goel. Oh, great, very good, Pranshi. I am happy that you all are enjoying my session and learning from me, Anna. So yes, gotten now. Great, Pranshi. If you are retaining whatever we are discussing, then it's a great thing. You will definitely get benefited in the entrance exam also, in your college days also. Anna, whatever we are discussing, these are very helpful, Anna. So let's move on, Anna, further to the next one. When was the 44th amendment enacted? This is just, we have just discussed it. Now please answer me. And this amendment actually did one thing. There were 7 fundamental rights, and one was removed from here. Please tell me. Yes, the right answer is 44th amendment 1978. Yes, you asked that, Pranshi Govil, you are right. देखो मैंने पता है ना 42nd amendment. I have made a separate video. Just go on YouTube and search 42nd amendment career launcher law entrance. Search like this. Okay, you will get a separate video where I have discussed in detail about 42nd amendment. Remove right to property. Very good. So 42nd amendment is 1976. Then Janata Party government came to power somewhere around 1977 में 77 से 1980 के आसपास रही थी Janata Party government, because जैसी emergency over हुआ 1975 से 77 emergency was there. Once the emergency got over, election happened, Indira Gandhi lost. So then Janata Party government came to power, and this Janata Party government, especially in 1978, brought 44th amendment, in which it brought a lot of safeguards related with national emergency. Some of the decisions were reversed, which were done during the time of Indira Gandhi. And one prominent thing that happened was one of the fundamental right called as right to property. है ना? जो Article 19(1)(f) or 31 वगैरह में था, that was removed, and now it is a constitutional right under Article 300 capital A. ठीक है? This is now considered as constitutional right. ठीक है? कहीं कहीं पे अगर constitutional right की जगह legal right लिख देते हैं वो भी चलेगा, but I think more appropriate is to use the word constitutional right. ठीक है? So D is the right answer. ठीक है? Yes, these are the things you should be knowing. Let's move on to the next one. The impeachment of the president can be initiated in, and which article talks about it? Impeachment means it is a specific word used for the removal of president. Indian nationalism. You are asking about Indian national movement history. Pranshi Govil, are you talking about Indian national movement? the history portion, non-cooperation, civil disobedience, etc. देखो, I am planning, मैं हो सकता है next week या next to next week I will discuss that also, because if you see last year they had asked questions on this Dandi March. उससे पहले they had asked about Jallianwala Bagh massacre, है ना? So maybe this year they will ask about non-cooperation movement. हो सकता है, ठीक है? So I was also thinking, let's have a class for that also. इसलिए since they are asking questions from there, so we will discuss that on our YouTube classes, ठीक है? Impeachment can be done in either house, दोनों में से किसी में भी, ठीक है? Can be initiated, कहाँ शुरू हो सकता है? लोकसभा में, राज्यसभा, कहीं भी, दोनों में कोई हाउस. C is the right answer, ठीक है? Which article? 61. Yes, Pranshi Govil and Ananya Singh, right? Article 61. Similarly, I have made a video about removal of judge. So ऐसे search करना SC judge removal process, ऐसे search करना. Career launcher पूरा ऐसे type करना ना, career launcher law entrance. You will get a video, because the removal of a judge of a Supreme Court and High Court judge is same and is not same as president removal. Okay? The removal of a president, what we call it as impeachment, is different from the removal of a Supreme Court judge. But the removal of a Supreme Court judge process and the High Court judge process is same. Okay? We have discussed there also, because recently we have seen Justice Verma. I hope you are aware. There was something, I don't remember his name, Yashwant Verma, I think, where the cash was found in his house and all, Delhi High Court judge. Then the lot of hue and cry happened. Recently, reports related with that came. वो Indian Express में article थी, आपने देखा, where the CJI had said to him to resign, but he has not decided to resign. So the outgoing CJI, Justice Sanjeev Khanna, has sent the report to the Prime Minister and the President in this regard. So the removal of a judge becomes now important. So please go and watch that video. How the process of removal of a High Court or a Supreme Court judge is done. ठीक है, तो बताना चाहिए. Article 61 talks about. हाँ, एक चीज आप बताना चाहिए. What is the reason for the removal? What is the reason for the impeachment of president? So the answer is very simple: violation of the Constitution. ठीक है? But for the removal of Supreme Court judge or High Court judge, this reason is not mentioned. There is some other term that is mentioned. ठीक है ना? उस term को बता सकते हैं क्या है? Can you please tell me the term specific? Is there any? The class is getting stuck. Proved misbehavior or incapacity. Very good. SPDK. Very good. So the term used is proved misbehavior or incapacity. Great, great. I am very happy that you all remember. हमको लगा आप लोग को नहीं याद होगा, because ये सब चीज भूल जाता आदमी, कभी कभी हो सकता है मैं ही भूल जाता हूँ. But yes, very good. Pranshi Govil, Ananya, SPDK, you are right. Violation of Constitution president के लिए are proved misbehavior or incapacity term mentioned है, removal of Supreme Court and High Court judge. ठीक है, ठीक है. So that is how you should know, है ना? अगर मैं आपको दिखाऊं, let me show it. And to be impeached for the violation of the Constitution, है ना? और इसमें 2/3 of the total strength of the house चाहिए होता है. This is the highest majority that is required. और वो removal judge के process में जो video है ना, where I have discussed about Supreme Court judge removal, I have discussed about impeachment of president also there. I have compared them. So please go and watch that. वो जरूर देखिएगा video. जाना है आपको YouTube पे सर्च करना है SC judge removal process. ठीक है, career launcher ऐसे सर्च करना, career launcher law entrance. I'm sure you will get that video. अगर आपने सब्सक्राइब कर रखा है, if you have subscribed to our channel, you will get that video and watch it. And I have compared not only the removal of Supreme Court judge, I have compared it with the impeachment of president and how it is different. Even the majorities required are different. ठीक है, ठीक है. So that is what you should know. Let's move on to the next one. ये भी अक्सर न्यूज में रहता था कि the current governance setup in Delhi is actually by following which amendment, which constitutional amendment? अभी setup है. Now we are currently in Delhi. We are having a chief minister and a governor. So this setup, and there is a one article of the Indian Constitution which is specifically dedicated to Delhi's governance. Yes, 69th amendment. Very good. 1992 या 93 के आसपास था ये हुआ था, roughly. Please tell me, there is a separate article of the Indian Constitution which specifically talks about governance in Delhi, the entire governance setup. उसे बहुत सारे constitution cases भी हो. Yes, SPTK, you are right. Article 239, capital A, capital A. So the answer is this. 239, capital A, capital A. ऐसे लिखना है. Don't write like this. This is clause A. ये अलग हो गया. Even if you write like this, this is not correct. 239, capital A, capital A. This is the correct answer. ठीक है. Yes, you just that Franchi Gobel SPDK, you're right. हाँ, ठीक है. So ये एक ज़माने काफी न्यूज़ में चला था, especially when there were actually in the previous governments and all, जब the Kejriwal was the chief minister and all, there have been some conflicts with the lieutenant governor. So a lot of petitions were filed in the Supreme Court, है ना, one judgment after other judgment. So some frictions were there. उस टाइम पे काफी न्यूज़ में चला था. ठीक है. That is what you should know. Now one question. In union territory with legislative assembly, where there is a chief minister and a lieutenant governor, the police is controlled by which person? Lieutenant governor or chief minister? I had discussed earlier also. Police is in the hand of whom? LG or CM? Because ये conceptual understanding के बिल्कुल पता होना चाहिए. ठीक है. LG. Yes, lieutenant governor. Good. हाँ. देखो, in a state we are having governor and we are having chief minister, but the chief minister has all power as far as police, law and order, everything is concerned. ठीक है. जितने भी state, for example, in Bihar the chief minister will have police power, and in UP the chief minister will have police power, and Maharashtra is a state, so of course the chief minister will have all the police power, transfer of police officers and all. But when it comes to union territory, नाम में लिखा union territory, it means at least the police will be controlled by the union government. So basically the CM is elected, and it has other stateless power, but not the police, public order and all. ठीक है. It is actually in the hand of lieutenant governor, who is appointed by the center. So basically, lieutenant governor controls the police on the advice of Union Home Ministry. Okay, is it clear? So the lieutenant governor controls the police on the advice of Union Home Ministry. So basically, if I say the Delhi police, so it will be in the hand of lieutenant governor, who works on the advice of Union Home Ministry. Okay. Similar, let's say Jammu and Kashmir. Is it a union territory? Yes. Again, the same thing will follow. Okay. If there is no lieutenant governor, then there will be administrator. For example, Chandigarh. Chandigarh with the CM hote bhi nahi aise bhi. We do not have any chief minister. So we have a concept called as administrator, not lieutenant governor. The term uses administrator. He is having the control of police power, which actually he works on the advice of Union Home Ministry. Union Home Ministry with the central government home ministry. Okay. Is it clear? These conceptual understanding should be there. Okay. Now I'm asking just one question. How many union territories have lieutenant governors? कुछ बता सकते हो roughly? How many union territories have lieutenant governors? Which one? जैसे आप नाम लेके बता दो. 6 numbers. We are having total 8 union territory. So lieutenant governor Jammu and Kashmir में lieutenant governor है. लद्दाख में भी lieutenant governor होते हैं, है ना? दिल्ली में भी लेफ्टिनेंट गवर्नर्स होते हैं, एंड पौंडीचेरी में भी लेफ्टिनेंट गवर्नर होते हैं, और अंडमान एंड निकोबार में. सो कितना हुआ? 1 2 3 4 5, आई थिंक 5. आई आर सेइंग 6. अच्छा, नाउ आई हैव वन मोर क्वेश्चन. हाउ मेनी यूनियन टेरिटरी हैज लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली और हैव लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली, व्हाटएवर द ग्रामेटिकल वर्ड यू कैन यूज. कितने यूनियन टेरिटरी के पास लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली है? नेम देम. ठीक है. लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली मींस दे हैव एमएलएस, मेंबर ऑफ लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबलीज. इट मींस दे आर हैविंग चीफ मिनिस्टर्स. Delhi and Pondicherry. There's one more which is very much in the news. One more union territory which is very much in the news. They are also having legislative assembly. Recently elections happened. Jammu and Kashmir, right? Huh? So we are having Delhi, Jammu and Kashmir, and Pondicherry or Puducherry. Okay, these three are having lieutenant governor as well as chief minister. ठीक है, yes. तो ये सब कॉन्सेप्चुअल चीजें पूछी जाती है, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल लेट मी शो, जब ये जम्मू एंड कश्मीर स्टेट वाज ब्रॉट स्प्लिट इनटू टू यूनियन टेरिटरी, ठीक है, तो जो so this Jammu and Kashmir union territory was made with it was इसको कहा गया जम्मू कश्मीर यूनियन टेरिटरी विद लेजिस्लेचर. It means there will be chief minister, means MLAs, legislative assembly would be there, so it means chief minister would be there and lieutenant governor would be there. But जो लद्दाख को बनाया गया था, that was said it is a union territory without legislature. So there will not be any election like legislative assembly type election will not be there. There will not be any MLA or chief minister. There will be only a lieutenant governor. Okay, you got the difference? I hope you are aware. Okay. So ये सारी conceptual understanding है. That would be very helpful for you in understanding things and all. Okay, so B is the right answer. Okay, let's move on further. So we had discussed about 69th amendment and all. काफी ज़्यादा इस पर काफी सारे cases वगैरह हुए हैं and all. ठीक है, we are not going into detail. Let's move on to the next one. Which of the following schedules of the Indian Constitution mentions 22 languages? And I think we have discussed. I have taken a separate class on schedules of the Indian Constitution. You're just not आप बार बार देखो. The only way is actually you keep on watching the class. ठीक है ना? जैसे आपने देख लिया, कुछ भूल गए, तो we are having playlist, उसमें जाओ 2x स्पीड पर एक बार और देख लो, ठीक है, 1.5x स्पीड पर, just watch the recorded video. That is how you can remember. वो remembrance जो होता है ना, वो बार बार पढ़ने से ही होता है. Keep on reading again and again. Yes, 22nd. Like 8th schedule talks about 22 languages. Originally it had 14 languages. 8 were added later on. Now we are having 22. Now I have one question. Please tell me which of them is not mentioned. Which of them is not mentioned in 8th schedule? कैसे पहचानोगे? अब सारा 22 लैंग्वेज रटना आसान नहीं है कि all the 22 you'll remember. What is the idea behind 12th schedule? 8th schedule. Idea क्या है? It contains languages, Indian languages. क्या Indian subcontinent की languages? The right answer is D is the right answer. Now be careful. I am writing Indian subcontinent की language, so that it would be helpful for your understanding. अब बोलोगे क्यों Indian subcontinent बोल रहे हो? देखो मैं बताता हूँ. जैसे डोगरी, डोगरा जम्मू एंड कश्मीर है ना, बोडो असम है ना, बंगाली. अब देखो मान लीजिए हम बताते हैं आपको, जैसे नेपाली. So Nepali is not in Indian language. इंडिया का पार्ट तो नहीं है. That is why I'm saying. देखो अब सिंधी, Sindh is actually a state in Pakistan. But please do understand, before 1947 it was part of us, है ना. And a lot of Sindhis are there even today in India. इसीलिए, and Urdu is actually an Indian born language. Please be careful. अगर Arabic होता, then you can say that is an Arab language. But Urdu is an Indian born language. It was formed as a result of mixture of Hindi, Arabic, Sanskrit, English, and many other languages. I hope you are aware. English is not an Indian born language. ठीक है, इसीलिए देखो आप ऐसे सोचना. Let me make the map so that मान लो this is India. ठीक है, so I'm making a rough sketch. But I've told you, जब भी अभी language पहचानो तो Indian subcontinent, यानी this of course this was also once a part of India ना, Nepal and all these all are. अगर आप ऐसे पूरा Indian subcontinent देखोगे तब आप पहचानो. देखो जैसे सिंध बोले तो सिंध यहाँ पर है. It was part of Indian subcontinent. Once, of course, Pakistan was a part of India before 47. So these are the things. तो आप समझोगे, जैसे संथाली है तो संथाल यहाँ पर ओडिशा region में है ना, संथाल tribe is there. I hope you are aware. The president of India, she also belongs to the same tribe. ठीक है. Sanskrit is of course an Indian language originally, है ना, Indian born language. ठीक है. Manipuri, Malayalam is from Kerala. Maithili is है ना, from Bihar, Konkani. So these are the languages. ठीक है, तो आपको ऐसे समझना है. ठीक है, हिंदी तो of course होगा, है ना. These are the languages which are mentioned. So B is the right answer. Now the next is which are the schedules talks about 3 lists, and I think it's very easy. And these 3 lists actually we borrowed from where? कहाँ से borrow किया? From where? 2nd schedule, 7th schedule, 1st schedule, 6th schedule. हाँ, सो आंसर इज बी, 7 शेड्यूल कहां से लिया गया, ये बता सकते हो? मैंने क्लास लिया था बोरोइंग फीचर्स ऑफ द इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, सो जस्ट गो टू द यूट्यूब एंड सर्च दिस बोरोइंग फीचर्स ऑफ इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, राइट, कंप्लीटली इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन पूरा लिखिएगा एंड करियर लॉन्चर ऐसे लिखना, लॉ एंट्रेंस, ठीक है, you will get a video, please go and watch that, ठीक है, where I have discussed. So basically it was borrowed from Government of India Act 1935. इस पर ही मैंने सेपरेट क्लास लिया है. Go to the YouTube and search this Government of India Act 1935 and write career launcher law entrance, ऐसे सर्च करना. I have taken a class on Government of India Act 1935 which talked about 3 types of list. उसने टर्म अलग था, फेडरल लिस्ट, प्रोविंशियल लिस्ट एंड कंकरेंट लिस्ट वाज मेंशन, ठीक है. ऑस्ट्रेलिया से जब बता रहे हो, कंकरेंट लिस्ट वी हैव टेकन फ्रॉम ऑस्ट्रेलिया, ठीक है. सम पीपल आर सेइंग बट द आइडिया ऑफ 3 लिस्ट, ठीक है ना, पूरा जो एंटायर बेसिक कांसेप्ट है वो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया 1935 में था, ठीक है. दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड बी नोइंग अबाउट है, यूनियन स्टेट एंड कंकरेंट लिस्ट. अच्छा, मैं आपसे कुछ सवाल पूछता हूं एंड जस्ट वांटेड टू नो कि ये वो कहां लाई करता है, ठीक है. फॉर एग्जांपल इफ आई वांट टू आस्क मैरिज, इट विल बी इन व्हिच लिस्ट? मतलब बहुत डिफिकल्ट नहीं बट इजी, आपको थोड़ा सा तो कॉमन सेंस रफ आइडिया होना चाहिए. जैसे मैरिज, डिवोर्स, इनहेरिटेंस, कहां मिलेगा आपको, व्हिच लिस्ट? A rough idea should be there. Yes, these all are in concurrent list. Even है ना, management of environment वगैरह इसमें आ गया था बाद में. हाँ. Now let's say I'm talking about navy, army, defense, atomic energy, किसके पास होगा ये? Defense, navy, army, atomic energy, whose job is that? Union list, of course. It is the job of the union to handle all these: navy, army, air force, atomic energy, ISRO, everything, department of atomic energy, है ना. And if I say police, public order, है ना, किसके हाथ में हो गई? Public order, police is in the hand of which state? हाँ, state subject. मैंने अभी थोड़ा देर पहले बताया. I have given example also, like for example, the Maharashtra police will be in the hand of Maharashtra chief minister. Madhya Pradesh police will be in the hand of Madhya Pradesh chief minister, right? That is what you should know, but not in the case of union territory. Union territory का मामला अलग हो जाता है, and I've told you that when it comes to public police and public order, in case of union territory, it is not in the hand of chief minister. Rather, it is in the hand of someone appointed by the central government, that is lieutenant governor, or let's say administrator. यूनियन टेरिटरी का मामला अलग होता है, बट जनरली ऐसे होता है स्टेट्स में, ठीक है. आई होप दिस कॉन्सेप्ट शुड बी क्रिस्टल क्लियर, ठीक है. ये सब आपको बेसिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग है कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की, है ना. पब्लिक ऑर्डर, पब्लिक हेल्थ, एग्रीकल्चर, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल पब्लिक हेल्थ हॉस्पिटल्स वगैरह लोकल लेवल पर. लेकिन अच्छा, थोड़ा सा ख्याल रखिए कि जनरली पब्लिक हेल्थ लिखते हैं, बट लाइक सुपर स्पेशलिटी हॉस्पिटल्स जैसे एम्स वगैरह, एम्स दिल्ली, तो फिर वो सेंटर के हाथ में आता है. बट जनरली जो स्मॉल लेवल्स होते हैं, सेकेंडरी एंड टर्शियरी हॉस्पिटल्स, दीस आर एग्रीकल्चर, लोकल गवर्नमेंट, ये सब सेकंड स्टेट गवर्नमेंट का काम होगा. सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का अपने आप समझ लो, डिफेंस, फॉरेन अफेयर्स, है ना, एटॉमिक एनर्जी. फॉरेन मिनिस्ट्री स्टेट की थोड़ी होती है, फॉरेन मिनिस्ट्री, है ना, सेंटर के पास होती है. कुछ तो आप कॉमन सेंस से कर लोगे. कंकरेंट लिस्ट में जैसे एजुकेशन, मैरिज, डिवोर्स, बैंक्रप्सी, इंसॉल्वेंसी, ये सब होता है. जस्ट हैव सम आइडिया. वी हैव डिस्कस्ड अबाउट शेड्यूल्स ऑफ द इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, प्लीज गो एंड वॉच दैट, ठीक है. नाउ यहां से मैं कल नेक्स्ट क्लास में शुरू करूंगा, ठीक है. वी विल डिस्कस इट फ्रॉम द नेक्स्ट क्लास, बट आई होप यू वुड हैव अंडरस्टूड द कॉन्सेप्ट्स बिहाइंड इट. The very idea is that there will be a two-way talks in the class, ठीक है. So Sunday को 8 PM पे we'll be having this session where I'll discuss these things, ठीक है. तो आपके लिए काफी beneficial होगा. Keep on watching that. Tomorrow जो क्लास होती है 6 PM पे, वो मंडे से मंडे टू ये होती ना है 5:30 PM पर होगी, ठीक है. मंडे टू वेडनेसडे जो 6 PM पे क्लास होती है, there are some technical glitches that is coming at 6 PM, ठीक है. तो इसीलिए I have decided to move on 5:30. ठीक है. We hope that there will not be any technical glitch. Thank you everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.